there is a
Yes.
proper
Hmm.
word for this kind of like बहुत जो बहुत गंभीर क्राइम होते हैं उनके लिए एक वर्ड होता है heinous or something. I don't
Yes,
remember that.
you're right. So this is how we spell it. Heinous act, we say it, which is extremely wicked, which is
Heinous act.
very
That's what
wicked
I.
and extreme. So are you familiar with the term Zen?
No.
Okay. Okay. So if I say that I want to get into a Zen mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
Zen mode, what I mean is that I have no reactions. I'm all calm and I don't react. So that is called as Zen mode, right? Very common with a lot of people. So bystander effect is where somebody might be in trouble, but if everyone around this person starts having an opinion that, oh, it's okay, we need not help him or her, eventually there's somebody who's going to help him or her. I love how you are extremely confident and you have been able to put across your ideas now in a very calm and composed manner, right? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon, ma'am.
How are you doing?
Yes, ma'am. I am doing great. Fantastic. How are you doing?
That's good to know that you're doing fantastic. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking me. How are things at your end?
Everything is great. Today
Okay.
I was like a bit free because my younger
Hmm.
son, he sleeps early today. So I thought of what I will do
Okay.
now. So then I booked this session.
Good. So, because he already slept, you would say he slept early today,
Okay, he slept early,
right?
right? Right.
Yes. Okay. So that's good. So you have some me time or some time to be a bit productive, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Yes. Okay, great. So how are things at your end? What else have you been doing apart from attending these sessions?
Nothing else. I was just
Hmm.
waiting for my son, the elder one. He's
Hmm.
supposed to come around 2:20. So I
Hmm.
thought of
Okay.
having this session and then I'll go
Okay.
downstairs, spend some time with him, help him to
Right.
take
Hmm.
bath and then
Hmm.
food and
Hmm.
everything. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it's the usual routine that you have been
Usual.
following, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. But great. Good to meet you for another session after a long time.
Right. It's been long time actually.
Right. Okay. So let's get started with today's session. So today's topic quite disturbing at the same time quite interesting because it's about cruelty, right? So degree of cruelty. If you're okay with the topic, shall we start?
I don't know much about this topic, but
Mhm.
still I want to discuss. Maybe I'll get some insights from you. So it would be
Okay.
helpful for my overall growth. Yeah.
All right. Great. Okay. So then let's get started. Degree of cruelty, right? So now cruelty seems to be there from a very long time. It's not something which is new in this world, right? So people tend to get very extreme, and it comes with a lot of extreme anger, and there's a lot of repercussion added to that, right? So, have you seen any such cruelty related acts, or have you seen something online and it was very disturbing for you? If you could share some with me.
Yes, yes. I think we all are aware about the online things which are happening nowadays.
Hmm.
Because earlier, when there was no social media, I think we are not able to get that information. But now
Right.
we have access, so we know what is happening around us. So I think recently the case was like Sonam. She brutally murdered his husband.
Hmm.
And not only
Correct.
one, there are so many cases like this. And after hearing such cases, I actually
Hmm.
feel that how people can be cruel. And not
Hmm.
only they murdered them, they try to hide in
Hmm.
order to hide their crime, they plan in such a way that they do it very with a lot of
Meticulously,
cruelty. Yeah,
meticulously, right? They
meticulously
plan
also you
it
can
very
say they plan it.
meticulously and they do it without a heart,
Yeah, so it's very
right?
cruel. I want to say that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Right, yes. So, why do you think it, or what rather motivates such people to do this, according to you?
I don't know. I couldn't even imagine. Even
Mm,
I try to think what can be the reason how like
mm,
people gathered that kind of courage to do such kind of things. First of all,
correct.
we feel very. Personally, I feel afraid when I have to
Mm.
even use that mosquito bat to kill the mosquitoes. I really feel afraid, and I ask my mother-in-law, "Ma, please, you do it. You do it." So
Right.
it's like really scary. I can't even
That's
think of killing
right.
someone. And
Mm,
I don't know how people are doing it. I think their mentality or mindset might be different
mm,
from the
mm,
normal people, I feel. I
mm,
wouldn't say that they are psycho, but maybe they are so passionate about some other things in their life that
mm,
they pressurize themselves to take such kind of step, which is
correct.
again, yeah, which is again, it's, uh,
Mm,
not good for them as well, because
mm,
earlier there was no source of catching thief, but now we have so many options. We have cameras installed everywhere. Now you cannot
correct.
escape.
Correct.
Escaping from such a kind of cruel crime, you cannot think
Mm,
of escape, because now we
mm,
have option. So even I don't know what kind of mentality they carry, because they
mm,
forget about this aspect of the whole case, whole scene, and they
mm,
thought, okay, even if it is like no matter how meticulously it was planned, but
mm,
ultimately you are going to detain by the police, because
mm,
it's not because what do we say,
mm.
um police, or maybe the technology is very advanced nowadays, so you
Correct.
cannot escape
Yes.
after a crime.
Mm, right.
What
So
about
they can
heinous
escape a
crime?
couple of. Yes. No,
Heinous,
it's called as.
there is some word.
I think this is what you mean to say. Okay. Why am I not able to type? Okay. Never mind. I got the word. What you're trying to tell me, I'll share it with you. Right now, I'm not able to type.
Even I am also not able to see it.
Yes, okay.
Last time also it
There's
happened.
some issue. So no worries. What I got your point. What you're saying, that these are the kind of extreme acts which people tend to do, and like you rightly said, that they seem to be motivated by
Hmm.
something that they want, or
Want,
something
right,
that they didn't get, right?
right,
Or
right,
something was done against their will. Okay,
right.
so doing against someone's will, we could say that. I hope this time you're able to see. I was able to type.
Doing against someone's will. No, but there is a
Yes.
proper
Hmm.
word for this kind of like बहुत जो बहुत गंभीर क्राइम होते हैं उनके लिए एक वर्ड होता है heinous or something. I don't
Yes,
remember that.
you're right. So this is how we spell it. Heinous act, we say it, which is extremely wicked, which is
Heinous act.
very
That's what I.
wicked and extreme, right? Yes. So that's true. These are definitely the kind of act which cannot be accepted, and we don't know how they gather so much courage to do
Correct.
this, right? So,
Right.
apart from these, what do you think of situations where children are being bullied, right? Because there have been so many cases of children being bullied either in school or in college, right? And it becomes so extreme that they might take an extreme act of ending their life, right? So, what do you think of such cases?
Um, I don't know the exact reason, maybe, but it's because of our company. Because children, especially if my son, he is in accompanying group of people who are kind of not decent. They
Hmm.
used to make fun of others or like bullying others. Maybe he will adopt the same kind of mentality or same kind of behavior. So it
Hmm.
is, I think, maybe I'm not sure about it.
Hmm.
So maybe it can be the reason. And I think we should prepare our child to face these
Hmm.
kinds of situation and how you have to handle them. Because
Hmm.
this is, I think nobody teach these kinds of things to a child Being a
Hmm.
parent, I think we should make them understand that okay, if you will
Hmm.
face this kind of situation in future, this is your first step. Like we teach our
Hmm.
children, a girl
Hmm.
child, that these are private parts, no one is allowed to
Hmm.
touch. We teach them.
Hmm.
We also
Hmm.
teach them that if someone offers you something, don't go there. Like
Don't.
we teach them,
Hmm.
but we
Hmm.
don't teach them if somebody is bullying you in the school, that how you have to react and with whom you have
Hmm.
to seek for help. You
Hmm.
This is what I think parents should talk with their children,
Hmm.
and that's how they
Right.
can make them comfortable to share their stuff with you.
Hmm. Correct. I agree with you because many children they wouldn't know what is the next step to be taken, right?
Right.
And they keep suffering with these acts, and eventually they wouldn't know what to do and they might take an extreme step, right? Instead, we need to guide them or constantly remind them that they can speak to parents about it or with whoever they feel comfortable, right? So if there
Right.
are teachers who seem to be very understanding towards children and children can open up about it, they must share about it
Right.
before
Right.
it gets too late, right?
Right, right, right.
Okay.
Because
So
many
then,
students, they
hmm,
tend to hide these kinds of situations because
hmm,
they are under pressure, because it has
correct.
uh, told to them that if you will
Hmm,
tell this to anybody, I will do this and that. So they feel scared. So we have to make
hmm,
them understand, no matter how much you're feeling scared, you must have to share these things with your parents or your teacher or whatever is the appropriate person. So yeah.
correct. Correct. You're right. Now, on the similar lines, what do you think of physical punishment which are given by teachers? We have also seen a lot of videos going viral about teachers being violent or throwing things at children or giving them physical punishment. So, do you think that would also come under the category of being cruel? If yes, what can be done? What do you think of it?
I don't think so that this is coming under the category of cruelty,
Mm,
because I
mm,
think some kind of punishment is necessary if
mm,
you want to make your child future, or you make them good human
mm,
being. Because
mm,
kids are kids. Until you pressurize them a little bit, they are not going to listen to you. So if you
mm,
want them to listen to you, you have to
mm,
put certain kind of pressure on them. Yeah, like
mm,
small punishment is just okay, but you
mm,
should not give rigorous punishment where
mm,
they're dealing. For example, I have seen somewhere that a teacher, he punishes punished a student, and
mm,
he has to stand in the scorching hot for
mm,
the 3 hours or 4 hours. That is
mm,
not acceptable.
mm,
It should be avoided. But I think normal punishment is should be allowed even in the schools. I have seen that parents are against this. They don't want any teacher to put any pressure on their child or even any kind of punishment. But I
mm,
think little bit flexibility should be
mm,
also there in terms of punishment. Like teachers should be
mm,
allowed to give, and
mm,
that's how we
mm,
can make them
mm,
obedient or
mm.
disciplined child.
Okay. So the acceptable degree, according to you, what would that be for punishment? Is what I want to ask from you.
It depends on kids, like how
Hmm.
old are they, first of all. Like
Hmm.
obviously, if a child is 3 or 4 years old, it
Hmm.
is not acceptable to punish them. You
Hmm.
can just ask them to stand on their seat for 10 minutes, or maybe you will not talk to anybody for the next half an
Hmm.
hour,
Hmm.
or you will stay out of the classroom for 5 minutes. This is just enough for a child. But if
Hmm.
somebody is grown up,
Hmm.
I think you can be little strict. You can scold them. They
Hmm.
won't mind. I remember when my kid, he was 4 years old, even his teacher talked to
Hmm.
him a little louder. He started crying
Hmm.
a lot. He started crying a
Hmm.
lot,
When
not even
she raised
scolding.
her voice, right?
When she raised her voice, even a
Hmm.
very low level, not very high, he used
Hmm.
to think that she's scolding when he started crying. He used to feel
Hmm.
really afraid.
Right.
So maybe we can take precautions with the children, because every child is different. I have seen there are so
Correct.
many naughty childs are there. They
Hmm.
don't even listen to the teacher. My child,
Hmm.
he told me, he
Hmm.
usually tells me about these kinds of incidents. That
Correct.
mama, that child, he's very naughty. Ma'am asked him
Hmm.
to be seated on seat
Hmm.
like for 5 or 6 times, but
Hmm.
he doesn't care about at all.
Hmm. Right.
So in that
Yes.
case, you can give punishment because these are
Mm,
naughty kids. They don't even feel bad when they get
mm,
punished. So they take it
mm,
as a fun or like
mm.
they are in the naughty mode. But
Right.
if the
Right.
child is very serious, full of
Mm,
emotions, and he
mm,
take everything for very seriously, so you have
mm.
to take care with them or deal with them in a very polite way.
Hmm, correct. You have to be extremely careful because a lot of children tend to be extremely sensitive, right?
Sensitive, yeah.
And we cannot make them, we cannot force them to do certain things because chances are they might not be able to understand what they're studying,
Right.
or they might not be getting additional help from their parents or anybody to complete their homework, right? So, to some extent, I think we also need to understand with these children what their background is or what kind of
Right.
difficulties they could be sharing, right? They
Right.
could be facing rather, right? Yes, but with children, yes, I do agree. Considering I have taught children in the past, I have
Okay.
seen two different or two extreme uh,
Extreme.
kind of children where either they are extremely naughty and very disobedient,
So
and or else they could be sensitive and you have to deal with them in a very careful manner,
very careful.
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
mine is very disciplined in the school, very
Mm.
obedient, but at home
Mm.
he's the most mischievous kid. Literally, I somewhere I
Right.
feel like he has two sides. One he shows to the school and other one
Right.
is for home.
Yes.
So when I
Yes.
meet
That's
his
true.
teacher, she says no, he is one of the obedient student of the class. But yes, and he always used to fear in front of ma'am. I don't know, I have
Mm.
seen in the past I have seen that he used to
Okay.
fear. And even now
Hmm.
sometimes when I attend PTM, he was like very nervous, very like I don't know why, but he is like that.
Correct. You're right. So now, when it comes to creating awareness, right, especially in schools or wherever we feel that there's a lot of uh, cruel acts taking place. So, do you think with the help of technology, we'll be able to create some sort of awareness? If yes, how do you think we can do that?
Cruelty, I don't know. I know, I think there is only one place.
Hmm.
You have to give me a situation, then only I can answer this.
So let's take schools as one such scenario because we are talking about it now. So if you had to create awareness, right, in terms of the physical punishment and how it's not supposed to be extreme or cruel, so how do you think with the help of technology we could create awareness according to you?
With the help of technology, we can do one thing. We can simply install camera in the schools, and
Okay.
teachers must have this pressure that okay, somebody is watching them. Whatever
Hmm.
they're doing
Hmm.
inside the classroom, that is being watched by someone. So you
Hmm.
have to be careful while teaching students. But one thing I would like to say
Hmm.
here that now I don't think that schools are pressurizing kids a lot
Hmm.
because it's not even allowed in the private school, especially it's not allowed
Hmm.
that you cannot hit the child in any circumstances. You can call their parents, you can complain about them, but you cannot personally raise your hands on them.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it is, I think, now in schools, maybe hardly like 1 or 2% is everywhere. We cannot say that it's completely
Hmm.
cruelty free, but yeah, somewhere it is happening, especially in the government schools and
Hmm.
especially with the boys because they're most they're kind of mischievous. They don't follow rules and regulations. Mostly, we treat them like very roughly. We treat boys
Hmm.
like roughly as
Hmm.
compared to the girl child.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, but as far as my knowledge is about schools, they are not dealing with any kind of cruelty with kids or students.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
So, do you think the same thing can be applied even for government schools? You feel, wherein if we install cameras or let teachers know, because
Yeah, we can do
there
it.
have been a lot of cases of
Cases I
government
have
school
seen.
teachers,
Right,
right, where they
right,
have been
right.
extreme throwing
Extreme.
dusters and a lot
Right,
of things at students, which
right.
is very harsh on
Yeah.
students, right? Hmm.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we
Hmm.
can do it. We should take appropriate steps if it is happening a lot. And I have
Hmm.
seen in the news even there is a girl, a small girl, and I think the teacher hit he just pushes her and she
Hmm.
fell into a desk and hit her head. So
Hmm.
though the act of teacher was not that intentional, but
Hmm.
ultimately something has happened to her. So we have to be very careful. Being a teacher, we have to be really careful,
Correct.
especially when you're dealing with the small young kids.
Hmm.
Kids have this
Correct.
nature. They are going to make noise. You can't do
Correct.
anything in that
You're
case. You
right.
have to
Yes.
make yourself understand that this is your
Hmm.
job to handle them.
Correct, correct. You're
Yeah,
right. Or maybe they could even host or conduct some workshops for teachers specifically to
right.
understand how they can deal with
Right.
different children, right?
Children.
And also making them realize that it's important to understand their nature or the kind of background they could be coming from, right? So
Yeah,
in that case, chances of these extreme cases would be rare. Or if it doesn't happen, that would be the best thing, right?
right. Right. Right.
Yes. Okay. So now we're going to do a small activity where you're going to read a short story. Okay. And you will be telling me what your perspective is about it or what do you think it is trying to tell us, right? So you can head to the third page. It should be on the third page for you. So it's
Yeah.
called Zen Story. What's the difference? Are you familiar with the term Zen?
No.
Okay. Okay. So if I say that I want to get into a Zen mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
a Zen mode, what I mean is that I have no reactions. I'm all calm and I don't react. So that is called as Zen mode, right?
Okay, I
Which is
don't.
extremely difficult for all of us to practice, but that is what
Honestly,
is getting into Zen mode means, where you're extremely calm, not reactive. You could also be focusing on just one thing and looking very calm. That is called as Zen mode.
yes, yes.
Okay,
Got it.
all right. So, Zen story, what's the difference? Could you please read this story?
Yeah, sure. What's
Yes.
the difference? Zen story. On the seashore, Zen master Ryokan was
Rokan, Rokan,
Rokan was strolling.
Rokan.
Rokan, okay, Rokan was strolling. The waves had carried hundreds of starfish ashore, and the harsh sunlight was starting to kill them. One by one, Rokan picked up the starfish and tossed them back into the ocean. A fisherman who had been watching Graken approached him and asked, "This is what happens to thousands of starfish each time there is a storm. There is no way we can save them all. So, what difference does your small attempt make?" As he tossed another starfish into the ocean, Graken answered, "It will make a difference to this one."
Hmm.
Nice.
So, what do you think of this story and what do you think it's trying to tell us?
Yeah, it's trying to tell us that even if we make a small effort, which is helpful for someone,
Hmm.
that is a lot, and that we
Hmm.
should always appreciate. We
Hmm.
cannot make difference to at one time to thousand people, but
Hmm.
a small effort can make a difference for someone, and
Hmm.
that's why we
Right.
should obviously we should help others.
Hmm. Right. So with this comes another concept which is called as bystander effect, right? And I've seen this is very common with a lot of people. So bystander effect is where somebody might be in trouble or somebody might be needing help, but if everyone around this person starts having an opinion that, oh, it's okay, we need not help him or her, eventually there's somebody who's going to help him or her. They'll take
Right.
care of it, right? So, this eventually leads to that person not getting the right help at the right time, right? So, have you seen any such case sometime when you were traveling or somewhere
I
maybe you
have
were on your
seen,
way?
and I think
Hmm.
I am the culprit because I didn't help
Hmm.
them because I was
Hmm.
also the one who was thinking the same. Okay, that
Okay.
because I am in a hurry, I couldn't help, but
Hmm.
there
Hmm.
are many people standing out there, they might
Hmm.
help them. So this is
Hmm.
what happened. Recently, I had an incident
Hmm.
where a dog
Hmm.
he had bitten someone.
Okay, he bit someone or he was bitten by another dog?
No, dog bit. bite
Bit
someone.
some, okay, bit someone,
Bit,
you say.
bit.
Bit someone.
So dog bit
Okay.
someone.
Hmm.
So there were so many people standing there. I was also there. I was trying to help them, but I did not know like in which way I have to help, what I should do,
Hmm.
because I was not having any vehicle at the time. I was
Hmm.
also on walk, so
Hmm. Hmm.
I couldn't do much.
Hmm.
So after I was feeling really bad though, but
Hmm.
I couldn't do much, and I
Hmm.
leave the place just by thinking that okay, if I'm not helping them, someone else will do
Hmm.
that.
Right. So sometimes it's all right because we might not know what to do, or we might not be able to move around because we didn't have any form of transport, right? But constantly having this behavior, complacent behavior, where somebody will help them out, let's not get into this matter, right? So that is something becomes as a habit, right?
Right,
According to me, wherein we might develop a sort of mentality where we don't want to involve ourselves in anything, we're okay by ourselves, right?
right, right,
Yes,
right.
yes, that's true, and let's hope that people would change this
Yes,
perspective that they
right,
have, right? Okay,
right,
great. So we didn't realize time passed by and we had such a wonderful conversation on this topic. Would you
right.
agree?
So, yes, yes, definitely.
Okay, all right. So, coming to the feedback, Karishma, firstly, I have always said this, even in earlier sessions, that I love how you are extremely confident and you have been able to put across your ideas now in a very calm and composed manner, right? Because there were sessions where I could see you would get a bit worked up or you might get conscious while you were sharing. But now I think you've reached that level where you're able to share your ideas in a very calm manner and you're able to explain yourself, right? The only part where I would suggest you to make what you're sharing advance would be with vocabulary, right? So, enriching your vocabulary, trying out activities which will help you improve vocabulary, you could do that every day, 15 to 20 minutes. So, half an hour, whenever you get time, you can just get to know some words, in what context they can be used, and how do you frame sentences with it. You could do that, or you could start reading books as well, right? Which will definitely help you improve your vocabulary, right?
Right.
Otherwise, I've always had a great time having conversation with you.
Same here, ma'am. Even I enjoyed the conversation. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So all the very best, Karishma. Hope to see you soon for another session. Take care.
Sure,
Have
ma'am.
a great day
Thank
ahead.
you. Bye bye.